It was a big day. It was a big deal. For the first time in my company's history, there was a woman who'd been hired at the executive ranks of the organization, and I got to go ask her if she'd speak at our division for International Women's Day. I was so excited. I get to her office, and she's got her awards all around the walls. Her suit is amazing. We sit down, we start chatting about what brought us to the company, what kept us at the company, the work that we were doing. Everything was going great. She mentioned that she'd moved and that her husband would follow in a couple weeks. And then I asked what I thought was a simple question. I said, "Oh, do you have kids?" And she went silent. She pushed herself back from her desk, crossed her arms, and looked at me and said, "Christine, I have never met a successful working mother in my career." And I froze. I froze because I had 4 kids under the age of 8, and Cheerios is a major food group for us. I don't know if you're familiar with Cheerios, but if they get the least bit damp, they stick everywhere. So the first thing I did was a quick Cheerio check. Nothing stuck to me, thank goodness. And the second thing I did was change the subject as fast as I could. So we talked about her talk, how she'd be coming in from a trip. I'd pick her up at the airport, and I left her office. And as I left, I was thinking, like the first thing that I was thinking about was she could never find out about those 4 little humans that I had at home. And the second thing that I thought about, she kind of had a point. As I looked at my male peers, they had far fewer non-work obligations than I did. And if I wanted to be successful, I would need to make changes. So over the course of the following weeks, I ferociously prioritized. My performance went even higher. I was in great shape until 2 days before she was supposed to come in for the talk, and my youngest child got sick, and it got worse. He had a fever, and it wasn't one of those fevers that you tuck a little Tylenol into them, send them off to school, and your fingers are crossed. No, no, no. This is one of those fevers that it would take someone one look at this kid to realize that he was a germ bomb and should be nowhere near other human beings. I called my friend Janet, and I was in tears. My husband was in China for work, and I had no idea what I was going to do. And I talked to her and I explained, like, look, if I miss this because I have a sick kid, I am going to reinforce every single bias she has against working parents and me. And to make it worse, it's International Women's Day. Janet kind of laughed. She said, look, this is a weird coincidence, but my youngest is sick too. We use the same pediatrician. I think it's the same thing. Why don't I pick yours up? I'll take them both to the pediatrician, take care of prescriptions. You go take care of your thing, slip out early, and it'll all be fine. And that's what I did. The next day, I dropped the little guy off. I picked up the executive from the airport. She gave a great speech. I slipped out a little early and came home. As I was sitting on the couch with my little guy next to me and I was thinking about the day, I started laughing. She was wrong. That executive was wrong. She said she didn't know a successful working mother, but she did, and she just didn't realize it. She knew me. Thank you.